Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. Welcome to Transfer Hub. I'm going to say I've had to dust off the cobwebs for a Transfer Hub because it's got a little bit dry, unfortunately, over the course of the last couple of weeks. We've had our season content has started. We're up and running, but another one! Aston Villa are linked with a move for Raheem Sterling. This is coming from Ben Jacobs, who is the man on the pulse with all things Chelsea and especially London clubs. And he has said if Sterling gets the right project presented to him, he would take a wage cut. I am told Sterling haven't had direct approach from Juventus yet. Surprisingly, Aston Villa are monitoring the situation. So, Sterling to Villa. What are we saying, Villa fans? I know it's probably going to be quite mixed out there. And for me, I think I'm split straight in the middle. There's aspects of it that I like. There's aspects of it that I dislike. But the biggest aspect is we need an attacker. We need an attacker to come in this window. That is an area for me that we are desperately short. And we've been linked with number 10s, João Felix mould. We've been linked with wingers, Rafinha mould. And I'm sort of like going down the number 10 mould, the player that can play a little bit more central, that can play in that second striker role, that can knit things together, that can piece the side together. And then in the back of my head, when I'm thinking about Sterling, and I'm thinking, if Bailey gets injured, we're relying on Jadon. And I think Jadon working and pushing Bailey is a great combination. I think it works perfectly in my mind that we've got an out-and-out first teamer in Bailey, and then we've got a real young, up-and-coming, vibrant, exciting player that can push him, that can develop, and that can grow. But am I at a stage where I'd like to rely on Jadon? Probably not at this moment in time. So being linked with a winger kind of does make sense to me because it's a good scenario. But then if we do sign it, it then puts Jadon down the pecking order, which is a problem in itself. So there's all these different permutations, whereas if it's just a straight number 10, then that suits us a little bit better because we can move things along. We can move players into different areas. So someone could maybe play on the left or vice versa. So I think that's where I'm at really with it. I think we probably need a winger / an attacker. That's where I'm at. And it depends what mould it is in, but I think that's where I'm at. That if Bailey gets injured, we're relying on Jadon. Can he do it? Can he fill that void? I don't know. And then we still need that sort of little unlocker, number 10, I think, to knit the whole thing together. And then we need a defender. So going into, we've got just over a week now, and I would like to see an attacker, a right back / centre half / another player on loan. I think that's where I'm at. I think we've now got Moreno moving to Nottingham Forest. That looks like that one's happening. We've got Anderson going to Fulham. So that looks like Carlos isn't going to Fulham. So looks like Carlos is potentially staying, which I think he's fine. That's okay. So I would like this right back to come in. So I think we've got the depth there as well. So I think we've got a bit to do in this week. We have got a bit to do. So Sterling, what are my thoughts on Sterling? Right. So fact here that he would take a pay cut is making that whole situation a lot better because we can't afford his 300 grand a week wages. On loan, would he be okay at Villa? Yes. Is he a good player? Yes. Would he get in our first team? No. He wouldn't get in ahead of Bailey for me. So he would be a player that is coming on loan to try and help out and force his way into the team. Has he got a wealth of experience in the Champions League? Yes. He's literally won everything. And having a winner in a dressing room is absolutely huge. The leadership qualities would be absolutely massive. So Sterling on loan would be a good signing, I think. I think he would be able to come and do exactly what we need him to do, basically. His numbers last season were okay. If someone said to me, you could sign one player from Chelsea, who would it be? And it'd be Madueke. I think he's really good. Pace, power, can finish, can come in field a little bit. I think tactically he's very good. So if it was me and I was going after a Chelsea player, I'd be all over Madueke, and I'd be, if you want to buy a player from Chelsea, now is the time for me to put a bid in for a Chelsea player, because with João Felix coming in, looks like there's a lot of players there that are surplus to requirements, but a lot of good players that are surplus to requirements. We can all laugh and joke about Chelsea's squad and how big it is, but there is good quality within that squad. And I think Madueke, for me, is far better than what Sterling would be. And I think he would work really, really well in an Unai Emery system. So Sterling, I don't think it's a bad one. I like him. I think he's good. I think he's had a really good career. His finishing is okay. On loan, I just think on loan it would be good. I just think anything other than on loan, I'd say no. And I'm sat here saying I'd take Madueke over Sterling. So I'd be all over Madueke. So let's have a little look then at SofaScore, some of his stats. And Villa fans, let me know your thoughts. Where are you at? Do you like this rumour? How do you feel that the window's going to develop for Villa? So last season, we had got Sterling at a 6.96. You can see that he can play left or right, 29 years of age, market value 34 million. He played 31 games, started 22. He scored 8 goals and he got 4 assists. His passing accuracy was at 79%, 84% in his own half. Pretty high in the opposition half as well for an attacking player. We've got 3 ball recoveries per game, successful dribbles at 39%, which is quite low for someone of his stature and quality. Duels, 39%, ground duels, 40%, aerials, 13%. So that defending there is not great. The only thing I'm thinking is that if it's on loan, it's a decent deal. But apart from that, I'm not overly keen on it. We've got, obviously, he's played for England, 82 appearances, 20 goals. He was at Liverpool, City, Chelsea. So his stats are okay, Villa fans. Let me know your thoughts. I'll fire up transfer because I think it's one that will get you guys at home chatting and talking. We have got the predicted lineup out later on today. I've gone in depth on Arsenal. So hope you all enjoy that one. I know a lot of you have enjoyed the match preview that was out late last night as well. So Transfer Hub, hopefully it's fired up for good and there's more rumours to come because it's a bit quiet for me. So yeah, so there's the news. We've got Moreno going to Nottingham Forest as well. Ealing Jr. potentially going out on loan as well. Hopefully Enzo can stay for me. Really would like to see him stay. So let me know your thoughts on the Villa.